What's up, superstars? Welcome back to Crypto Cornucopia, where you come for the latest crypto news, education, and a path to prosperity. Holy crap, am I excited! Narratives are blooming. We've got so much to talk about here. It's funny, not a whole lot of news while everybody's waiting for the ETFs now that they've come out. Well, let's just get into it. All right, like, subscribe, share, and guys, comment below. What do you want to learn about? What do you want to know besides the news and what's going on in the crypto market? Is there something specific you need to find out? Let me do a tutorial. Comment below, ask some questions. All right, so Unique Market Indicator by Benjamin Cowen, popular YouTube reviews, and twice as many subscribers, but less views. What does that tell us? That retail is not here yet. This is good. Retail brings in the FOMO, the fear of missing out. And we're going to go through a cycle later on a bit. But if you take a look here, let's zoom in. And this was back in May of this year. This was how many views he was getting on a daily basis. And you can see after things went down, the market got into a lull, and it's starting to pick up now, which is copying the market here. Okay, this was a peak. So just notice. All right, it's just one more indicator that we can look out for and watch. When we get back up to that many views, maybe that's another peak. Maybe we can go higher than that, but more information we have, the better. All right, on CryptoTube, I get a lot of hidden gems from this guy, and he went over Woo. I put the link in the description below. There's a lot that he goes over that gets me excited about it. I've got a small bag in it, got it over on Polygon, but they're on a lot of different chains. They're on Solana, they're on Polygon, and FTT as well. Actually, let's get into it here. All right, so right here you can see I want to zoom in all the way. All right, so there we go. On a fundamental standpoint, think Woo as the Amazon River. Although it looks like a centralized exchange, it's actually providing deep liquidity through the whole DeFi and CeFi. Probably you won't even know you tapped into the liquidity from other platforms directly. Okay, so they work with DYDX, Perpetual Protocol, which is its own chain, Phantom, KuCoin, which is a centralized exchange, and Nash, which I'm not exactly sure what that is. All right, but over here you can see that Woo taps into all things crypto, whether that be centralized, decentralized finance. The number of ERC20 addresses holding Woo is now past 10,000. So that's a big number for them, a number that grows with our expansion into more blockchains, networks, and protocols. And think of it like this. It's kind of like YouTube. Once you get a following, once you get a crowd, it becomes exponential. So the more wallets they get, the bigger they're going to grow, and the more Woo is taken off exchanges, price go up. More options equals more power, and with Solana now supported for FTT withdrawals and deposits, you can easily move funds to and from Woo in as few steps as possible, as cheap as possible. Okay, so they are moving everywhere. The point is that just watch it. WOO, it's a token to watch, and it's already gone up, I think, 10 to 20% in the last 24 hours. All right, so we're going back into the Pi cycle top indicators because for me, it is what I'm going to look at for this market. And you can see here that when the yellow crosses the green line, there tends to be a breakdown. All right, and fortunately, what happened earlier this year is it went down so low that it gave us more room to run here. All right, since it crossed over, it went down really far. So that means that this line is nowhere close to the green line. So if this is something we can actually use to call the top of this cycle, that means we've got a long runway. We've got a lot to go, and that's a positive sign for me. Holy shnikes, this is freaking huge here, guys. Financial advisors managing 110 trillion can now offer crypto trading to clients via interactive brokers. They've opened the floodgates, guys. All right, just like I said, that ETF would, even though it's only paper trading, Now interactive brokers are going to start offering crypto to their clients. Okay, what is the value of the crypto market? Does anybody know off the top of their head? Well, if you don't, I believe it was 2.7 trillion. Oh, yeah, right there. 2.77 trillion. Okay, 2.77 trillion. Interesting. Let me pause that. Yeah, okay. So another YouTube channel just decided to play randomly. That was cool. All right, so the point is that we're at 2.77 trillion, and now 110 trillion can be part of it can be shifted over into crypto, and we're only at 2.77 trillion. All right. So the point is that registered investment advisors can now offer clients. Global investment firm Interactive Brokers Group announced Monday the launch of cryptocurrency trading for registered investment advisors in the US. This offering will enable RIAs to trade and custody Bitcoin. Trade and custody. That means they buy, they hold, and they offer it. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. Okay. So I was actually wondering why Litecoin was pumping. I'm like, okay, maybe it's going with the rest of the market. No, it's on this news. And honestly, I don't know why Litecoin's even a thing anymore. Same thing with Bitcoin Cash. But nonetheless, it's happening via Paxos Trust Company on behalf of clients. They will be able to manage their clients' crypto holdings alongside traditional investments, including stocks, options, futures, bonds, mutual funds, and exchange traded funds. Now ask yourself this question. What's exciting right now? Is the stock market exciting? Maybe options are, futures are, bonds aren't, mutual funds aren't. Okay, a lot of people are making money in crypto. This is opening up the floodgates. Huge story. All right, moving on. We went down too far. Stop it. There we go. All right, Bitcoin, Google Trend. This is another indicator of how many people are getting into the market or are in the market. Okay, so if we zoom in here, this was, I believe, in April. Okay, it got all the way up to 100 for searches in Bitcoin or for Bitcoin. Okay, look how low we are. Okay, we had a little pump, but we are very low, which means, again, retail is not here yet. We're waiting for retail because when retail comes, a lot of money is coming with it. All right, another big story. Facebook is going into the metaverse. Another sign that you are early. Facebook hasn't even gotten in yet. They're just starting to create. Okay, so that means you're there early. All right, this is what I've been looking at the past 18 months. This is why I've been so excited for the halving and what I perceive is going to happen with this market. All right, so this happened in 2013, 2017, 2021 after the halvings. That means that half of the Bitcoin that was issued, I'm sorry, the amount of Bitcoin that was issued, every single I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of the term. Yeah, so every time a block is created, there's only half as much Bitcoin that's given out. Basically, that creates a supply shock. And with that supply shock, not as much is in the exchanges, which creates value of the token. All right. So there was a halving in 2013, 2017, and here it is in 2021. And this is what happened the last two times. This is where we are right now. Okay, give you some perspective on what I've been looking at all this time. All right, so this is some breakdown of news from Altcoin Daily. And this one right here is what we were just looking at. These comparing not just the charts between 2013 and 2021. He's comparing the RSI, and the same thing happened. Look how high this RSI got. Okay, and this is where we are right now. So some people think that we might pull back because the RSI is hitting the top. But with all this bullish news that I'm telling you, and by the way, this is why I like going through all these different channels Okay, I'm finding different news everywhere. Then I'm bringing it all into one place for you guys. So hit that like button, share it with people that aren't in it yet, because it is your duty to help people prosper. That's the point of this channel. All right, so you can see the RSI here went way overextended, and we can see that happen now. Now, if it pulls back, that's probably even better. That means that this cycle is going to be lasting even longer, and we won't just have that blow off top where it goes up astronomical and then crashes. We like slow and steady climb up and to the right. All right, so since the last time ETH was at 4K in May, now mind you, it was at 4,000 then. Okay, strictly on speculation. This is what's happened since then. EIP 1559 went live. ETH issuance dropped 50%. So just like that halving from Bitcoin, not as much ETH is being handed out in the blocks. All right, over $2.3 billion of ETH is forever burnt, which means that it reduces the supply, which increases the supply shock and the value of it. Arbitrum and Optimism launched. Those are layer 2 solutions that make Ethereum faster, take some of the load off. NFT volume quadrupled. A lot of the NFTs were off of Ethereum and created there. ETH staked in 2.0 nearly doubled. 2.0 is where you have to stake your Ethereum for, I think it's a minimum of 1 or 2 years. And you're getting 5, well, it depends on what pool you're in, but around 5% APR, but it's staked there. And it's gone for essentially a year or two. Again, supply shock. And then the DeFi, decentralized finance TVL, is up about 20%. So protocols like Cream Finance and Aave, where they're lending protocols, people are not only putting their tokens into these protocols and getting yield, but they're borrowing off of it and then going off and creating more yield or buying other tokens. All right, so breaking news, Bitcoin just passed the Swiss franc and is now the 13th largest world currency by market cap. That's huge. We're passing countries. Why? Because this is worldwide. Bitcoin is everywhere. It's decentralized all over the world. All right, and this one, again, is huge. I think it's another reason why everything is pumping right now. First, Bitcoin futures ETF trades nearly 1 billion. 1 billion in one day. This is how people's opinions are expressed. They're putting money into something that they think is safe, and that is reassuring everyone else that people want some of Bitcoin. And this is how they're going to dip their toes into it. Then they're going to realize that they can buy their own and not have to pay a premium for it. So the first ever Bitcoin ETF has hit the market, and it nearly broke the record for any debuting ETF. And I don't know why it says nearly. I heard that it did. It broke all the records. All right, moving on. Boom, Coinbase Inc. sponsorship deal with NBA, WNBA. Again, crypto going mainstream. All right, so Coinbase follows rival FTX with a big push into sports marketing. What does that mean? That means that these companies realize that sports is huge in the United States, and we're the #1 financial country. We have the most money floating around and moving around. So they know a lot of money can be made dealing with these huge sports entities. All right, so FTX, they sponsor the Miami Heat. So this FTX is now FTX Stadium for the Miami Heat. All right, you'll see Crypto.com got into UFC fighting. You'll see their logo everywhere there, and there are a lot of different crypto entities getting into sports. And what does that mean? You got thousands of fans watching. The marketing's happening. It's bringing more people in. This is huge. Okay, so earlier I alluded to we need to understand the cycles, and there are a lot of different charts that you can look at. And there was the Wall Street cheat sheet that I showed you a couple weeks ago. This is very similar. All right, so you have the stealth phase, the awareness phase, the mania phase, and the blow off top. All right, so smart money, they got in early. Remember yesterday I'm talking about these CEOs that say Bitcoin was crap, that Cryptocurrency is awful. Guarantee you they were buying in back here. All right, that's in 2018, 19, after the market went down, and they said, okay, let's start getting in right now. Then after that, you have institutional investors. So you have people that have gotten the green light from hedge funds, and they say, okay, we think that crypto is going to be doing something. Let's get in. All right. And then that's when the public comes in. That's why I keep saying that retail. Retail is the public. We're waiting for retail right now. Okay. So you have the takeoff, the first sell off, the bear trap, which that was at 60K and everything came down. But a lot of people were saying, oh, it's going down to 10,000. Okay. That's what they call a bear trap. And then the buy in. Okay. So you're getting the media attention right now. You're going to get the enthusiasm, which you're hearing in my voice, and you're going to be starting to see. Remember yesterday I said you're going to start seeing narratives now in the news. All right, so it's going to get the media attention. Next is going to be enthusiasm. Then the public comes in. All right, that's when people start buying in, and guess what? Everything goes up because more money's into the market, and less is on the exchanges. So everything increases in value. There's overall market cap. Then you get greed, delusion. And then the new paradigm, the new way of living is here. And personally, I do think it is, but this is what's happening in cycles. So understand where you are in the cycle. Okay. So at the peak, it comes down, and this happened in 2013 and 2017 too. And then it came into what they call a bull trap. So essentially what happened is it came down from the top, and it starts to rise, and everybody's like, oh, okay, cool, we're still going, it's still happening. And then you hit it. You hit the peak, it starts coming down, you return to normal, then it starts going down, now you get scared, and then after that you have the capitulation. You're like, okay, I'm out, I don't want to lose any more money. Now, it's very difficult timing these type of markets, but that's exactly what I'll be trying to do, because as we're going up, I'll be dollar cost averaging out. Okay, so I suggest if you're going to get into it, not financial advice, you start dollar cost averaging in along the way up. And then if you want to hold on until the next cycle comes in, that's great. If not, just listen to the channels, look for the signs, and notice when we're at the top. Okay, again, pi cycle, and then the other indicators that we talk about is what we're looking for that euphoria, and that's usually the top. All right, so okay, so Justin, 2.2 trillion asset manager PIMCO plans to invest more into Bitcoin and digital assets. Okay, so they manage about the entire amount of the crypto market. The crypto market is 2.77. They manage 2.2. All right, so they're going to take a portion of that 2.2 and they're going to start investing into crypto. Again, they're going to start buying, price goes up, market cap goes up. Okay, now this is a confirmation of, remember I was talking about, if you haven't watched it, watch it, the 1,000 to 10,000, what I feel is going to happen due to other technical analysis charts and people that have expressed their opinion on what's going to happen in the next few weeks. Okay, so this is Bitcoin, but Ethereum is going to run along with it. Okay, so this is called a bump and run. It's a technical formation. So you have the lead in, the bump off, the throwback, and then the uphill run. All right, so it's similar to what they call a cup and handle, where it comes up and then it goes to the side and it goes up. But this one's called the bump and run. All right, so what he's saying is that he believes, and they use percentages from the lead in and the throwback, that's why he has boxes here, to calculate about how far he thinks this uphill run is going to be before there's a pullback. And what did I say the other day on the video? I said I believe it's going to get to about 70,000 and then it's going to come back down. Okay, and this has it at about 71, 72,000. So of course I want to get out just a little bit before that. We're having a little bit of pullback today. That's what you see, this little red candle right here. But I believe it's going to get closer to 70, and I'm probably going to be selling out around 69 actually, because for whatever reason, psychologically, big round numbers is where people usually take profit. So 70,000 is probably profit taking. When I see it up and around 69 in the mid 69s, I'm probably going to take my profit there. And then it all depends on whether it comes down a lot or if it just kind of comes down and goes sideways. If it goes sideways after that, then that means that a lot of these tokens are going to take off. So because people remember the cycle that goes in crypto, starts with Bitcoin, then mid cap, then low cap, then lower altcoins. So if Bitcoin goes up and just kind of comes down a little bit and goes sideways, guess what? This money that people took right here, they're going into large cap, mid cap, low cap. And that's where you start seeing the gains. Opposite of that is if it comes down and there's a big wick down for some reason. For example, if there are a lot of liquidations on longs and you see one big green candle, then you're going to see a drop in the entire market. Okay, that is it for today. If you have any questions, put them down below. I want to do videos for you guys. Thank you for... Interesting. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, thank you for staying this long. I thought I stopped recording. And I'll see you guys in the next video.